Hello, guys. Welcome to Open Mic with Allie and Michelle. I'm Michelle Posey.
And Allie Leger. Good morning, everybody. Well, afternoon.
Afternoon. I know. Well, I'm almost half a cup of coffee in, so it still feels like morning. It's Friday, Allie. We made it.
Thank goodness. Wear Red Friday. First, before we get started, it is a POW day. So we want to acknowledge our, prisoners of war.
Yes. Thank you for all those who served.
Sacrifice, for sure.
Absolutely. Some of them didn't make it back, and it is
live a life worth their sacrifice. This is your republic. How are you saving it today?
Love that, Allie.
I need my red hat. I'm telling everybody wear red today, and I'm wearing green. And I'm wearing it's not even army green. It's just green.
Oh my gosh, Allie, so much to get to today. I don't know where to start, but I guess we'll start since we're both in Florida.
Yeah, we got to start somewhere.
So let's start with our great Governor Ron DeSantis, trying to help the FBI do their job, at least run a parallel investigation. Do you think they're allowing that to happen? Do you think they're working with them?
Definitely not. Most definitely not.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? Why would they help the person they're trying to indict?
I'm telling you what, I know. I just want to get a quick clip here of DeSantis just kind of saying what we're saying, that they're not working with him. They're not allowing him to do his job.
Are we surprised?
The answer is no, they're not being cooperative. Yes, I am concerned. I mean, for example, we were rebuffed. Our investigators were rebuffed just going to the fence line outside of Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach. And so I think they've taken the position, they don't want the state of Florida to be involved in this. But here's the thing. There were multiple violations of Florida law across multiple jurisdictions. We think at least 3 judicial circuits. This guy, Ryan Routh, committed potential violations of Florida law. So we have a duty to investigate this.
Absolutely, they do. And there's been many calls from different people asking for this exact thing, get out there and investigate this. So, I wonder what
our favorite person, KrisAnne Hall, has even said on X and in all of her social media that, Ron DeSantis, do not let them push you around. You have authority here in Florida. And I know that he's able to wield that power. He's done it before through legislation. He's done it before when he's removed, certain people from certain offices. So thank you so much for doing that. Continue to push forward and do that, Ron. We're counting on you.
We're rooting on you. Absolutely. And I don't know if our viewers know this, so I'm just going to tote on you for a minute because, guys, I don't know if you realize, but when Allie ran for school board just a few short years ago, Ron DeSantis endorsed you, right? It was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that was the first time a governor has ever endorsed school board candidates in the history of American politics. I was the first one. I gave a speech on DEI, and he came out and was speechless and just took my card out and said, Allie, she's running for Hillsborough County School Board, and gave out my information. And you saw the staffers running around crazy, like, well, oh my God, what are we doing?
What are we doing this? Love it. We're so proud of you, Allie. That's really just the beginning for Allie.
It is an honor to be seen that way. So yes, he holds a very close regard to me, but I don't elevate political people. I always make sure that they understand their proper role and responsibilities when it comes to their role of governance and in what they're supposed to be doing. So
I love it. Oh my gosh, are we going to see Epstein 2.0? What do you think?
Possibly. Diddy did not kill himself. You heard it here.
Breaking news. Diddy is not.
It's scary. I think there's something about people that know where the bodies are buried. These people just keep coming up dead all the time. And now we're seeing the same kind of thing. Epstein was caught. He was raided and then was denied bail and then put in jail for a couple days or weeks. And then all of a sudden he's on suicide watch. And 3 days later, the man killed himself.
That's right. Well, People News is breaking that he was placed on suicide watch while awaiting his trial. His mental state right now is unclear.
I mean, I would be too with 1,000 bottles of lube found in your house. just
We've said it many times on this show. That is not a date. I don't know what was happening. That was not.
So much so that it was written, there was an op-ed written that you should not be using baby oil as lube.
I missed that. Where was that? No, where was that?
Guys, listen. Coconut oil is so much better. Okay, next topic.
Oh my gosh, I love that. There was an op-ed. Just, I mean, seriously, there's infections, there's things that's not a date.
No, but like I am concerned because are we going just like Epstein? We don't know who's in that black book. We don't know who the client list is. Ghislaine Maxwell, her entire trial was not aired on national TV. It's kind of
nobody's served anytime. Nobody's done it. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell, but nobody who had sex with these underage girls. Nobody has done any time.
No one who has sex with these children on Epstein Island has been arrested, tried, or put in jail. And I think that's kind of where we're going when it comes to Diddy. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of two-tier justice. Maybe it's because, Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein are white. I mean, who knows? And Diddy is black, and they're trying to, do this narrative.
Right? When you need them, man. I would love to see. Allie, do you think? I mean, I'm hearing the names that I'm hearing, and of course, many people took pictures with P. Diddy because he's a celebrity. That doesn't necessarily mean you're tied to him, but a lot of people have said those coined words, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Barack Obama, many people, what are they meaning by that? Did they not realize these girls were underage? Did they not realize how do you walk in to use that bathroom without seeing 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Like that's not. I mean,
and then there's security guards and other like famous people that are coming out saying that, they walked into rooms and they're rappers that were like gangster rappers hooking up with each other. And it's so like they've lost like respect for these people. And like there's are we going to take firsthand accounts? Are we going to take eyewitness testimony, or are we just going to not believe what people are saying? I mean, apparently that's what's happening in the rest of our government entities when it comes to firsthand when they're talking about eating cats and stuff. So who knows?
And then they make a rap song out of it. That's
my gosh, the song is "They're Eating the Cat." It's just great.
I should have downloaded that.
I think it's like the best thing ever. And they're like, "Mom, did you know Trump has a song?"
You're like, oh God, stay off TikTok.
So thank you, Tom McDonald, for that. Thank you, High Res. Thank you.
Thank you. We needed that
because love your songs.
Things are getting very, very heavy in this late day, creeping up to the November 5th election. I mean, it's just not only in our culture, we can feel it. We can feel the heaviness. We can feel the darkness. But this is a new report that came out. Allie, you shared this with me. Whoa. I think right when it broke yesterday.
Yes.
We have assassination teams in the U.S. Allegedly, this is what's being brought forward.
5. Wild. My head exploded. I was just like, wait, what? I mean, I'm shocked, but not really. Especially when you hear Representative Matt Gaetz talk about it. Let's listen to his own words.
Yeah.
And I'll break a little news for you. I had a senior official from the Department of Homeland Security in my office before the second assassination attempt, saying that what he has assessed is that there are 5 known assassination teams in the United States, 3 inspired by other governments, 2 that are here that are known domestic assassination teams. And with that, this individual was coming to me concerned that the force protection around President Trump, even prior to that second assassination attempt, was not sufficient for what it needed to be. And the coordination at that level, at the dignitary protection level, is like the bare minimum that we have to do to keep our presidents, our presidential candidates safe while they're on the trail.
So there are 5, I just want to follow up, 5 assassinations.
Yeah, he can't even believe it. He's like,
this is crazy. Can you imagine there's this one person, Crooks, right? Or Crooks?
Yes. Crooks. Thomas
Crooks was one by himself. This other guy, Ruth, whatever you want to call him, he's by himself. Can you imagine what a team is like? 3 or more people.
When they have jerseys like this is, and 3 of them foreign governments. So how did they get in here, Kamala Harris, borders are?
When you talk about assassination teams, like this is practice. They're practicing how to assassinate somebody. They're going through drills. They're doing, these things. They're essentially practicing assassination. It's insane to me. And then there's this other clip, right, where you have the retired, what was it, DOJ?
Border Patrol, yes. So
Border Patrol guy.
Goodness.
Listen to this, because this correlates.
It does. And as I'm pulling that up, because, it takes a hot moment. But this is what was so alarming about this is that, of course, this guy's retired, because it's hard to speak out when you're there, when you're already, when you already have the job. But
I mean, you can ask the suspendables. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kyle Seraphin is one of the suspendables from the FBI who spoke out about some things that were going on, and he was suspended without
whistleblowers like Mr. Friend that are their life's never the same. Let's take a listen to what the Harris Biden team asked of our border patrols.
Significant interest aliens. These are aliens with significant ties to terrorism. Prior to this administration, the San Diego sector averaged 10 to 15 SIA arrests per year. Once word was out the border was far easier to cross, San Diego went to over 100 SIAs in 2022, well over that in 2023, and even more than that registered this year. These are only the ones we caught. At the time, I was told I could not release any information on this increase in SIAs or mention any of the arrests. The administration was trying to convince the public there was no threat at the border. Fentanyl is another issue. The San Diego area sees between 80 and 90% of the methamphetamine and fentanyl seizures annually for our entire country. With little enforcement at the border, these drugs were coming through in mass. Mm-hmm. During my last year in San Diego, the price for a single pill of fentanyl, for example, went from $10 to 25 cents. To make matters worse, during 2022 and 23, I had to shut down San Diego traffic checkpoints, which are critical for drug interdiction, because the resources had been diverted to the process and release mission. The large numbers also had and still have a negative impact on the San Diego community. I had to release illegal aliens by the hundreds each day into communities who could not support them. To quiet the problem, 2 flights a week were provided from San Diego to Texas. These flights simply brought aliens that would have been released in San Diego over to Texas. Each flight cost approximately $150,000. This was the administration's way to try and quiet the border-wide crisis in San Diego.
$150,000. $150,000. I want you to understand that that is a lot of money, okay, each time. And when you have a government that constantly wants to spend your tax dollars instead of fixing your infrastructure, that's currently failing. We haven't worked on infrastructure. We haven't done anything to secure, our electric systems, our electrical systems.
We haven't helped our vets at all. We don't do anything for our vets. We don't do
VA is running out of money. Our veterans don't have access to certain things. And yet we are flying migrants, illegal immigrants, through the United States to different places.
Let me ask the American public something real quick. When's the last time you could afford for you and your family to hop on a plane and go visit another part of the country, let alone another part of the world? We're not doing that in Biden's America. Yes. Apparently, we need to go go take a flight south, walk across the border, and then, I don't know, name your location. It's crazy.
But the fact that he had to lie and not report arrests of these terrorists that have come over here by order of this current administration, that is the Harris and Biden administration. And I say Harris first because she is acting president, obviously. Biden is nowhere to be found, really. He's not even coherent half the time. So this is a result of her policies and her implementing these policies. And this also leads to,
she was the border czar.
Right. This also leads to what Matt Gaetz was talking about. Representative Matt Gaetz. Sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Like I know him, like it's Matt Gaetz. No, but seriously. No, but honestly, like this is how we're able to have 5 assassination teams here in America. Not only 2 grown domestically, like who really? 2 grown domestically and 3 foreign. So that's Iran, Pakistan, and Russia. I've heard him say it because I watched the episode.
And yet memos were put out about people like you and I attending school board meetings as moms to be domestic terrorists. We were the ones to watch. You got 5 assassination teams in this country and nobody's doing anything. This administration's not going to do anything.
That they know of, Michelle, and the American people that they know of.
You have to tell our viewers as well, and I know we have a video on this I'll show in a minute, because this kind of leads into, I said there was an alleged 3rd assassination attempt, and you corrected me this morning and said, no, this one is actually the 4th. What was the 3rd one that we never heard of?
So the 3rd one occurred in Tucson. So there was a rally in Tucson. It was maybe roughly, I don't even really consider it was a rally. It was more like a conversation. He was there doing an event, President Trump was, and there were a few people that were allowed to sit behind him as he was speaking at the podium, and they were on 2 separate sides. And the ones on stage right, I believe, which if you're looking at the screen, it's the left hand of the screen, those were the people that ended up having these like eye reactions where they went to the emergency room, and some of them can't see at the moment. One of them actually works for, my gosh, she's like a friend of mine. I know her. I talk to her all the time and had no idea this was happening. I just know that she had a situation. Oh, you have it. Oh, good job. Okay, good.
Oh, good. Listen, I had it. This is why we work well together. Yes. So there was the 3rd attempt, which was the explosives outside that caused no harm.
Right.
And then this one, you guys, take a listen to this. Of course, we're piggybacking off of local news here to report this.
Right.
Let me get the
At the Tucson Music Hall Thursday to hear Donald Trump's first speech in Tucson this campaign as Election Day nears. Some of his biggest supporters were allowed to sit behind him on stage. Supporters like Myra Rodriguez, a former director of Planned Parenthood with a notable shift to being pro-life. In 2016, she sat behind presidential candidate Hillary Clinton on stage at an event. Now she supports Donald Trump. She enjoyed the rally, but once she left, everything changed.
As soon as we left and I stepped outside, I started feeling like my eyes were burning.
At first, she thought it might be allergies. She lives near Phoenix. By the time she got home, it was so bad she decided to go to the emergency room.
The emergency room staff keeps saying, from the triage nurse to the PA,
she can't
and are you sure you're not going to spray anything? Your symptoms look like you were sprayed something.
The News 4 Tucson investigators spoke to her the morning after the rally, Friday last week. That morning, she was nearly blind.
I can't see anything. When I try to open my eyes, it's like a white cloud covered. It hurts. It hurts a lot to open my eyes. I have this cold cloth that I put on and I take off all the time. But this is horrible.
She says the doctors weren't able to determine what exactly caused it. Her initial thought of allergies went out the window when she heard from several others seated next to her at the rally that also ended up seeking medical attention with the same symptoms.
Kept getting worse and worse. My eyes started.
So you can see there were many. I think the reporter goes on to say at least 4 or 5 others. There were many that saw it.
So do you remember that story a couple of years ago where there were dignitaries and people that went to Cuba, and it was called Havana Syndrome?
Yes.
And they couldn't figure out what was going on, and they're thinking that it's some kind of like geomagnetic, like kind of EMP or something like that.
Right.
This is kind of similar to that, and I'm not trying to be like conspiracy, theorist here, but those that are called conspiracy theorists are about 1,000 right now. So
I'm gonna get my tinfoil hat because I'm proud of it.
Right. Well, it's just concerning that this is not being talked about in any other news media. No one else has picked it up other than Alex Jones and the local Tucson News. And now we have it because I know her and it came across my feed and I'm like, wait a minute, Myra. So that's why we haven't had, because she said she had an emergency and that, I haven't really been able to speak to her just through, because I can't even text her. So it's like, she can't see. So it's just wild.
Ellie, when I saw this news piece, I immediately thought of so much of Hollywood and so much of entertainment. If this was a plot for a movie, we would be there hook, line, and sinker and understand that this happened. We know this happens. Foreign governments have done this. We've done this to foreign governments. The idea that something could be loose in the atmosphere, that's high tech. Scary. But when you've got someone like Fauci cooking up viruses in Wuhan, like this stuff can really happen. he's being attacked on all fronts, I think, at this point.
All fronts at this point, and it's really scary. I mean, there's some people that are calling for him to like bunker down. I'm like, no, we can't do that. I mean, yes, but no, and yes, but no. You know what I mean? Like, yes, keep him safe, but no, like he's got to be out in the open.
No,
he's got.
They need that. Absolutely, they do.
I did want to kind of just say one thing that kind of broke the other day. Nancy Mace put forth a bill. She introduced the Violence Against Women by Illegals Act earlier this year, and it was argued on the House floor.
Who argued?
Why are we arguing? Why is there a debate about this? There should not be a debate. But 158 Democrats voted against the bill to deport illegal immigrants who commit sex crimes. While we have an open border and 400,000 children have been missing, at least
that's our daughters. Okay, that's our daughters, America.
With rape trees.
Lake and Riley. Okay, this is our daughters. And this is happening in America. Like it's enough just to scream and cry about rape and how we're charging that here in this country. But when it's people that shouldn't be here in the first place and all we want to do is send them back to where they came from, Allie, we should get a list of those 158 Democrats.
I think we can. I think we do have it. And every single one of them need to be deported. They need to go to their country. They need to leave America. They need to vacate their seats ASAP.
This is why I started off the show by saying it's heavy in America right now. It's heavy spiritually. If you're spiritually inclined, you understand the attack under not just somebody like Trump, but anybody who stands for freedom, anybody who stands for truth. So it's real important, Allie, that you and I think on this show, we have committed to almost telling the other sides of the stories that you're never going to hear on other news networks. Well, maybe a couple other, definitely not on legacy media. I'm going to show this quick video. And then I know you've got another personal story that you want to share too of other things that you've seen from this family, the Trump family. They're going to tell you a lot of things about Trump and his family. This is a gentleman that Real America's Voice had interviewed at that same rally, Allie. And he's talking about what had happened. No, I think this is the New York rally possibly, but this is Trump's dad that this gentleman's talking about.
About what President Trump's father, Fred Trump, did for myself, for my brother, for my sister, for my mother. 1974, my dad suffered a major heart attack. I went to the same school as Donald Trump, the Q Forest School. 3 days after my father's burial, there was a knock on the door one school morning, 7 a.m. I answered the door. It's a distinguished gentleman. I was 10 years old. My father just died. The gentleman said, "Kid, call your mom." I called my mom from upstairs. She came down. Gentleman said to my mom, "I am Fred Trump, Donald's father." And my mom says, "Yes, I know Donald went to the Q Forest School." And Mr. Fred Trump said to my mom, "Yes, Mrs. Trump, very sorry about Joseph's death. And what you don't know is I'm still on the board of trustees at the Q Forest School. And this morning, I let Headmaster Mr. Philip Rogers know that from this day forward, myself, Fred Trump, out of my own pocket, is going to pay for your 3 children's tuition because I don't want the kids have to go back into the public school system." And the tuition
so heartwarming.
was $2,500 per child, $7,500, which is about $80,000, $100,000 in today's money. And who would do that except the President Trump's father?
These are stories that you're just not going to hear,
No, not at all. And so there's this other story, and I wish I would have sent it to you so you could pull it up. I did actually just text it to you. It's about 1 minute and 11 seconds. So I don't know if you can find it.
Hey, but, you fill, and I will get it.
So essentially, there's President Trump went to go see a little 8-year-old who says after seeing the reaction online to a birthday letter that he sent 8-year-old Liam, who suffers from a rare brain disorder and growth hormone deficiency, President Trump surprised his VIP backstage with a birthday gift minutes before taking the stage at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in New York. And that is just so touching. People don't see that the news media will not show you this side of President Trump. He is the man of the people, and he really does care. This is a testament to his true character. He does this to all of our veterans. He's done it to military members. He's done it to first responders. He's done it to those that have given their lives for our country and have been put on the back burner by this current administration. and he does it to children that just absolutely adore him. So just watch this real quick.
Grab the tissues.
Where's our beautiful Lynn? Even though I'm supposed to be on the stage, I'm supposed to be on that stage, and that doesn't matter. Because I can be the best president you'll ever have. It's the best president you'll ever have. How are you? I'm awesome. And it is real good stuff. Okay? So beautiful. See, good at everything. Look at these great things out there. Look at that picture of my life. Okay? Is she going to come out and watch me?
Of course.
Because I have to stage in order to come and say hello.
How special you are.
Okay? So beautiful. So you take care of mom and dad? There's a your sister, right?
Scared has a lot of gray hair.
It's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful moment between a man that really cares about the people he serves. And we need more people like that. We need more people that understand the weight, that understand the importance that they have because of the platform they're in.
Listen, I mean, everybody that we have seen, most everybody that we've seen in my lifetime that has gone to Washington to serve has come back lining their pockets. And I'm going to say both sides of the aisle. It's been done. The Bushes are guilty of it. Cheney's, they're all guilty of it. Not many people lay down a fortune and almost their life to be able to go and represent you and I in a better capacity. And the fact that we are here talking about an almost fourth assassination attempt on this person, this isn't about idolizing a person. Where is your humanity, Democrat Party? Where is your humanity, America? If you're not going like Chris Cuomo we showed the other day, what is wrong with this situation? Where are we in America that this is something that we're allowing to happen, that we're not taking seriously? 5 assassination teams within the U.S. Why is that not like, SEAL Team 6 kind of stuff? Like, let's go snuff them out. I guarantee if you let the military men and women do what they do best, we wouldn't be having this conversation. November 5th is creeping up. Allie, you are the Director of Civic Engagement for Moms for America. We've got about 30 seconds. So let them know why this is.
First, if Trump is not giving up, he said in his speech in the rally yesterday that he, none of these assassination attempts are stifling him. He is going to continue to fight for the American people because there is a need for that. And you, as a civilian here in America, you are a citizen. That is your duty. You have a right to your own governance. Make sure you are getting out and getting to talk to your neighbors and telling them how important it is to go vote. Go vote early, make a plan. Yes. You never know what's going to happen on election day. So just go vote early. And we love you guys. And we appreciate all of you. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the things.
We have a new website that's about to launch. So we'll be able to let them know that Monday. Wednesday, we're going to be on X Spaces Wednesday evening at 8. So check out our X. Make sure you follow at Real Allie Leg and at Posey #4 for Florida. We'll see you guys on Monday.
For Republic, how are you saving it today?
Absolutely. See you guys Monday.
Bye.